Previously on Skyrim Rags to Riches, Olaf got married to a lady called Gilfrey, and it was a beautiful ceremony, if a little empty. He done some mining, got some quicksilver, he stole some cheese from a giant's camp, went back to Markarth, stumbled into a house that happened to be full of expensive silverware and gems, and suddenly he was overcome with feelings that he might start stealing to make the money to buy the house. But he didn't, because Olaf, as we've said many times before, is a simple man, and stealing is slightly off his moral compass. And so we sprint back to the carriage out of Markarth, away from the tempting box of gems, and go back to Gilfrey's house, the marital home, and go to bed and get the dark thoughts out of our head. Day 21. So we had a close call yesterday. Olaf almost turned to the dark side and betrayed all of his morals, everything he holds dear. So we wake up, have a couple of apples for breakfast, and head out to the countryside surrounding a marital home. Do a bit of hunting, clear our heads of the evil darkness within by going back to a simple day's work. So we find some wolves and fight them. Cabbage runs in, but disaster. We accidentally shoot Cabbage with an arrow. Now, Olaf is not a superstitious man, but there's something comic about that, about he had thoughts of betraying his morals, and suddenly his faithful hound is shot by his own arrow. So he swears that from now on he will work even harder and even more honestly to reach his goals. So we continue, we leave Cabbage behind. He's still in our memories and always will be. And we continue down the river. We bump into a saber cat, and filled with grief and fury, we stab it to death with a dagger after we run out of arrows. And we find a little shack that it was holed up in, and it seems to have eaten the inhabitants. So we don't really mind taking the various things we find lying around here, because the owners of this shack are very much dead. And we find a fine hat, which will be handy because we're heading north towards Windhelm, which is the snowy, blizzard, thick snow type area in Skyrim. The weather is harsh, and Olaf needs to protect his fragile head. We find this little farm, so we do some farming, sell the crops to the innkeeper.
We could certainly use the business.
There's a mine there as well, a marsite mine, so we get a nice little pile of ore and we sell it to this fella for a very tidy sum of gold.
I'll buy everything you've dug up.
So even though this has been a day full of sadness and grief, we are pretty wealthy at the end of it. We chop some firewood, why not?
Honest gold for honest work.
and head to bed on this bedroll after some bread for dinner. Day 22. We leave the mine and head north to the City of Windhelm. Now this is where that hat comes in handy because the weather is taking a turn for the worse here. Windhelm is a pretty harsh, bleak kind of city, but we're only popping in there briefly to offload some of the stuff we've gathered on the way here, animal skins and stuff from the shack that the saber cat was holed up in. So it's another productive gold-filled day. We stop in at the inn for some lunch. Leg of goat, delicious leg of goat with nothing on it. A simple meal for a simple man. We continue along the coast. There's another farm where you pick some wheat. Remarkable that crops grow in this harsh climate, but whatever. This is the world of magic and dragons after all. We kill some goats. Kill a hawker or two. Take their tusks. Take their meat. Shoot a wolf in the ass. Do a little bit of mining. It's been a very busy, hard-working, graft-filled day. Olaf's work ethic has never been stronger. He resisted the temptation, and now he's an honest man again. Cook some dinner, go to bed. Day 23 of Olaf's quest for fortune. So we leave Windhelm. Nothing much for us there really, and we decide to delve deep into the countryside around it. We get attacked by a pack of wolves, but manage to take them out with the arrows that we bought in Windhelm. It's at moments like this that we miss Cabbage because he was very useful in a fight. Them's the breaks in Skyrim. It's not a nice place, it's a harsh place. On our travels we discover a mine, Gloombound Mine, which is inhabited by angry orcs who keep asking us to leave, but they don't attack so they can't be that bothered, and we mine a hell of a lot of ebony, large amount of ebony that we then sell for a very nice profit, and Olaf is almost at 10,000 gold now, thanks to that chest that we found in the last episode, but also thanks to a lot of hard work. Let's not forget Olaf's tireless work ethic. We give some gold to a beggar and go to bed for the night. Day 24. So we decide to explore the countryside around Windhelm a little more. We head up a frozen river. Kill some wolves on the way, which is becoming extremely easy. And also Olaf has a knack for shooting them square in the butthole. So that's good. We find this cave, which has some sort of strange Dwemer machinery coming out of it. Foolishly we go inside, but there's only 2 wolves, so we decide that we can handle that. Could have easily been a bear or a troll, but Olaf's curious. And inside we find a potion and a chest, which has a decent little haul of loot in it. We get a nice little necklace of stamina, nice enchanted hunting bow. We'll probably sell all this stuff, because the hunting bow saps magic, which is no use for Olaf really. He's not fighting any magical creatures. Kill some more hawkers, then we discover this little clearing. There's a chest there we can't open because Olaf can't pick locks. Statue of Talos, and suddenly this happens.